If you don't work more hours, you're not going to make more income. It's that simple. So you got to put in the work. What is going on, everyone? Welcome to another episode of The Function, where the goal here is to equip men with the tools to function as the man they're destined to become. Welcome to our Finance Tuesdays, where we talk about finances every single Tuesday. And the reason why we talk about finances on this channel is because as a man, our DNA, or I should say how we should function, we should be functioning as men who provide, who put food on the table. And as a man, we should be taking pride in that and making sure we are producing at the highest level when it comes to our income. So we're going to be talking about the triangle of wealth. I got this idea from Jerry Feta, really great guy. I look at all his content. He's helped me a lot with my finances. He's the one who set me up with my life insurance policy. If you want to know what that's about, you can go check out the Sacred Account. I break down how that all works. We're going to be talking about triangle of wealth. We're going to be talking about part one of the triangle of wealth. And in part one, we're going to be talking about earning income. Because if you don't earn income, you don't have options, right? If you don't earn income, you can't save and you can't invest. So our first focus is earning income. Because again, we have to put food on the table. We have to provide, but not just pay bills. No, we have to do more than that. We should be elevating. We should be looking for ways to get our income in a better place. Because if we keep focusing on this and we keep focusing on that, as you just saw, a bunch of negativity, how are we going to move further in life? How? You see, if you're constantly watching the news, you're never going to truly see any growth in your finances. You're not going to make the progress that you're looking for because you're just so focused on negativity. So the first thing we got to do in order to earn more income is turn off the news. It's not good for us, doesn't help us. So we should be looking at ways to eliminate distractions. That's the first thing we can eliminate is the news. The news doesn't help us. It doesn't get us to where we need to be. So let's just shut that off first. How does one earn more income? That's a great question. The first thing we should look at is the definition of earning more income. Now, before I get into that, I want to bring up a couple of reports to you that I found very interesting. And I found here, and it says that back in June, 61% of Americans are living from paycheck to paycheck. That has increased by 6% from last June. Think about that. Already 55%, that's more than half of America is living from paycheck to paycheck. It's now at 61%. So my first question is, what do I need to be doing differently from the 61% of people that are living from paycheck to paycheck? I got to look at my finances and really figure out ways to not be a part of that crowd. Another report I found here is that $800 billion, that's right, $800 billion of credit card debt is owned by Americans. $800 billion. They owe over $800 billion. That's insane. That was according to quarter one of 2022. So what am I saying? I'm saying we have to earn more income because if we're constantly consuming and living above our means, we're never going to get there because we're in these traps. So our main focus should be making more money because if all we're doing is just paying bills and never really increasing our income, we're going to be stuck. And as a man, it's not good to be stuck. So how do we end up earning more income? Well, we got to figure out our purpose. We got to know the reason why we exist. Because once we figure out our purpose, we can turn that into income. So we got to figure out our why. We got to figure out our goals, where we want to go, where we want to be. So let's go ahead and look up the definition of earning more income. And here's what it says. And it says here to earn more income. So what is the meaning of earning more income? So here's the definition. Very simple. It's money received as pay for work performed. Salaries, bonuses, wages, commissions, tips, and net earnings from self-employment. I want to focus on that word performed because if you don't perform, you don't make money. Think about that. The CEOs, the vice presidents, the presidents, all these well-known wealthy people, what do they all have in common? Performance. They make more money because they perform. Simple. I could end it right there. So how do I go from somebody who is in this salary bracket to their salary bracket? Well, I got to focus on my stats. I got to look at my stats. I got to look at what I'm looking at each day. I got to look at the activities I'm participating in. And if the activities I'm participating in do not produce income for me or income opportunities, then I need to reevaluate my life. I just do. Because if making more income is a priority, then I need to investigate the activities I'm involved with. It's as simple as how much social media time do I consume? How much am I consuming on social media every day? How much time am I spending on watching sports? How much time am I spending on video games? How much time am I spending on the news? It's just things like that. How much time am I spending with family and friends? Nothing wrong with family and friends, but if it's taking away my time to earn income, then I need to look at it. It's no, I'm not trying to be mean, but they're not going to pay my debt. You know what I mean? I got to take care of that, right? So you want to think about, what am I doing each day? And I got to make sure I'm hitting certain performances so I can get my income higher. Let's look at a couple of examples. So the first example is actually a baseball player. And you're probably like, why would you use sports? So it's going to make sense. It's going to tie together. I'm sure you heard of Mariano Rivera, one of the greatest. I would say he is the greatest closer ever to play in baseball. Let's just look at his stats here. His stats here say that he has 652 saves. His earned run average is 2.21. The average as a closer is supposed to be under a 3. That's pretty normal. Now, in this example, he is amazing. Like, his ERA is phenomenal. His saves, 652, is also phenomenal, right? So how do I connect this to my life? Well, he performs. Simple. He performs. He did well. He did so well, he was inducted into the Hall of Fame. He won some championships, and he's known as the best closer ever based on his performance on the field, right? The key thing is performance. He was performing on the field, and he got incentives out of it. So when we perform as a high value man, when it comes to our income, we are going to receive more opportunities, more incentives, and more ways to grow. Simple, but we got to perform. Let's check out another example. This guy, Greg Oden, great basketball player in college. He was phenomenal. Number 1 draft pick when he came out. I mean, they had this guy as a great center in the future. Unfortunately, he had some knee problems. He started out pretty strong, but he dealt with some injuries. He only lasted 3 seasons. Based on his performance, he played his first 2 seasons he played, dealt with some injuries, came back in 2013 to play for the Heat, only averaged 2 points. And at that point, he just moved on from basketball. It's very sad, but it just shows you, when you don't perform, you're not wanted. You're not pursued or desired. I know it's very hard to receive, but when you aren't performing at your craft, you don't become you don't receive a lot of demand anymore. Now, let's just say you're the Greg Oden and it's not working out in your niche. Well, you need to pivot into a niche that will actually present you with income opportunities and will actually fit your skill set, because you don't want to be somebody who's in a rut, who is struggling, who just can't seem to break through. Because yes, it is our fault, but we should investigate what we're doing. And if it's not helping our income, then we need to reevaluate where we're going, right? Because as a man, we should have goals. We should have a purpose. We should have ambitions. If we don't have those things, then we really need to check things. Because if we don't have those things lined up, we're not going to make more income. It's really that simple. So what are some ways where we can actually make more income? Well, there's a few things. You can do side hustles like Uber Eats, DoorDash. You can get a part-time job. I was at Hobby Lobby, I believe, a few weeks ago with my wife, and the starting pay is $18 an hour. 18 an hour. You could work part-time there and make some side income. It would help you with getting out of debt. Maybe it would help you invest some money, save some money, right? That's what we want to do. Sure, you're going to have to make some sacrifices. Sure, you're going to have to work some hours. But if you don't work more hours, you're not going to make more income. It's that simple. So you got to put in the work. Now, I want to share my screen with you on the triangle of wealth. And I want you to look at this because it's super, super beneficial. And this is our foundation of how we're going to be communicating with the triangle of wealth. As you can see here, and I'm going to share this article tonight, earn more income. This is our focus here tonight. We're going to get to savings next week and investing the following week. But earning more income. We have to earn more. If we don't earn more, we don't have as many options. But the only way we can earn more is by performance. As you can see here, the definition, the action or process of carrying out or accomplishing an action, task, or function. So we have to carry our actions and perform them at a high level. And if we don't, we can't complain. We can't be acting like little babies and beta males. Like, no, it's our fault. It's not society's fault. It's not the economy's fault. It's ours. We got to take more actions. We got to be more intentional about where we're going with our finances. So I hope this helped you guys out today. I hope you guys enjoyed this episode. If you have questions about the sacred account, I have 4 separate parts, or should say 4 separate videos on that. You can go check that out in the link over here. And I'll catch you in that video. And I hope you guys have a great day and a great evening, whatever time zone you're in. And I'll see you on the next video.